So, guys, we actually have to talk. There's a couple problems I have with Rell season. If they don't work some of these kinks out, I personally think that the game is actually going to be another GPO. And we all know what happened to GPO. You know, we don't talk about GPO, all right? You know, GPO is going out pretty sad right now. And that game has, essentially revolutionized the One Piece platform on Roblox. Like, it literally, all archetypes of One Piece genre, it has revolutionized. But right now, how do we say it? The father, the grandfather of One Piece games on Roblox platform go out and its predecessors live on. You know, a sacrifice was made. And GPO actually sold the bag. You know, let's even take a look at GPO right now. I mean, we can take a look at GPO right now. As you guys can see, GPO only has 3,000 players active. Okay? And that's not even a bad mark for a brand new game. Like, if you're a new developer and you have 3,000 players, more power to you. But as you can see, this game at one point monopolized the Roblox platform as far as games to play. Like, it's a no-brainer to play GPO, all right? And I clearly, as you can tell, play this game when it was really, really popular. I have the candy cane. And even before it went free to play, I had paid to play this game. I had 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 accounts on GPO. Just because, bro, the game was so fun and I enjoyed playing it. But as you can see, they fell from grace. They went from 1 billion players, 1 billion visits, all right, to only 3,000 active concurrent players. And it's the summertime. You know what I'm saying? Granted, it's a Monday, but still, you know, anytime during the week, Bloxfruits is averaging, higher player counts. You know what I mean? And this game has better graphics than Bloxfruits. It has better, sound design. It does a lot of things. It does a lot of things better than Bloxfruits, but Bloxfruits remain the game on top. Why is that? All right, and basically that's what I'm here to break down, to make sure at least Rellseas can get these key fundamentals down so that it cannot happen to Rellseas, because Rellseas is a game I personally want to see strive and succeed. Like, I want to see this game, I want to show my grandkids this game. I want to show my grandkids this game, like, yeah. So also, my criticism is purely subjected to me and my personal opinion. For all I know, a lot of these issues that I personally have with the game could be solved, but the developers haven't shared it publicly yet. So, all my questions and all my concerns could be answered in movie 3, but we don't have movie 3 yet, so I can just go based on the last 2 movies that we've seen and all the trailers and all the sneak peeks they've done and released to the community yet far. So, the first one that is kind of answered for me already, we know the answer to. We all know, right? We all know as players. I was playing, GPO, and I enjoy, timely developed games. And I believe developers should be compensated for their game, but we all low-key know FUYU was a little greedy now, you know what I'm saying? Come on. FUYU was a little greedy. I was a victim to his greed. You feel what I'm saying? Come on, some items costing mad bread. Now, me and you both know FUYU was a little greedy, but not just that, all right? I hope, and I already know the Rellseas devs said, the game will not be paid to win. Everything that you pay for is purely cosmetics. They said that before. You know what I'm saying? Almost everything in the game is free to play. Like, the game's gonna be free to play on all platforms, is their claim. And, you know what I'm saying? Everything is cosmetics. And, you know what I'm saying? Even if certain stuff was not free to play, I would be fine with that, as long as it's not like some game breaking crazy crap that you have to pay 4,000 Robux for, you know what I mean? Like $4.99, 4,000, you know what I'm saying, Robux, where like little Timmy won't be able to play. You feel what I'm saying? No crazy crap like that. It's like, you know what I'm saying? If you do a little roll spin here and there, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I personally am not against in-game purchases, but as long as it doesn't give like a crazy unfair advantage to where like I can buy like a missile, You know what I'm saying? And it's like a 2-shot kill, but the missile costs like 9,000 Robux or some crazy stuff like that. You know what I mean? But they already addressed this. Now the thing I wanted to follow that up with was with GPO introduced all this crazy crap like battle passes, dungeon raids, but they made so much pay to win stuff that when they do drop the update and you go look at that update, a lot of it was just grindy pay to win, and then it was just so dry. The drought for updates, content was just so dry. You know what I mean? There was not a lot going on, and Full U was not really at that time transparent with his players. Because I'm gonna be honest, I was playing GPO when it first dropped. I was right on GPO when it first dropped. I watched all 4 years before GPO was released. I was watching all the videos. Seiji, I think it was the one dropping those videos with the Gear 4th. You know what I'm saying? All that crazy stuff. I was there watching it, so I'm not just hating on GPO to hate on GPO. You feel what I'm saying? And then, you know, Full U claimed himself to be a perfectionist, which I could see that to an extent. You feel what I'm saying? But the drought was just so crazy. I hope Rell Seas is not like that. It don't have to be some crazy large updates every week or something like that. But as long as there's like, you know, do events, like in-game events that you can repeat or something. You know what I mean? Like in-game, like live events or something like that. You know, make it a little different, make it more community centered to where you can actually have in-game lore. Kind of like how Block Streets is kind of redeeming themselves right now by like dropping updates, weekly bulletins, and being more communicative with their fan base. You know what I'm saying? With their fan base. That's how I feel like Rell Seas should continue. Will provide longevity. And then one of the key features that I think if you guys nail this down, if they nail this down, the game will forever be, you know what I mean, playable, is having a good balance between playability and repetitiveness and lore and complexity. Those two blended together will be perfect. All right, because another problem with GPO is it was way too grindy and hard for beginner players, like newbie players, to play, to where the level gap in skill was too drastic, and its simplicity at its core value, right? Because GPO had a lot going on, I'm not gonna lie, and the game was it was high grind and felt less rewarding to the players. You know what I mean? Like how GPA kind of, not GPO, how Block Streets kind of has its grindy balance, bandit beating, and then like you'll get some, you know, satisfaction from leveling up in some sense, and then you can trade, find fruits and stuff like that, beg fruits. You know what I'm saying? That's good. Fruit beggars are gonna be all over every One Piece game, but you have to find that good, healthy satisfaction balance to where the game have enough lore, but there's also enough to keep like players coming back, because you still, as much as a game, you know what I mean, once its hardcore fan base, you still need essentially little Timmies to be playing your game so it can inflate the number of concurrent players on your game. Even if little Timmy only play, if you can get enough little Timmies to check the game out every day, and it keeps that number big, people won't be in their back of their head think, oh yeah, this game is dying, you know what I'm saying, the player count is down, let me stop playing, or you know what I mean, find a new game. Because dude, people are gonna cheat on Roblox games, not cheating as in exploiting, but like, I'm gonna play a different different. People aren't gonna be loyal to just one game on the Roblox platform. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna play other games. Like they're gonna play other, like look how many Battlegrounds games there are. There's JJS, there's TSB, there's My Hero. Come on, there's so many. You know what I'm saying? There's so many Battlegrounds games, just like there's so many Roblox games. So there's gonna be a lot of like player switch. So you want that continuity to where people can play the game simply enough. They can log on, hop on, chill, have a little grindy session, a little hardcore session, but still have that, you know, excitement and joy and satisfaction in the game. So basically, anyways, what I'm summarizing that whole thing to say is to have like a balance between both of them. You know what I'm saying? And then at the same time making it complex enough for those, you know, seeking more out of the game to find the game, like to enjoy the game, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So I honestly still have and do have a lot more to yap about, to be honest, but I don't want to drag this video out more than it is. But basically, those are kind of just some of the complaints I have, you know, having a balanced gameplay life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to reiterate a lot of stuff. And if you listen to all my yap, bro, yo, comment yap fest in the comments. Actually, comment yap fest in the comments, and I will heart your comment and give you some Robux. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, no, this is some real problems that I do have, and I have a little more qualms, but I kind of don't want to just air out Rell season and kind of put the developers in doubt in a sense, because like, bro, it's a big project, and you know what I'm saying? I'll give them the grace and the benefit of doubt that like, it's hard to dev and it's hard to cater to people at the same time, and because you know what's happening, you have full transparency, and you know, players put all this pressure and weight on you to where you have to feel like you know what I'm saying, you have to succeed, and that kind of has a negative ramification at the same time. You know what I mean? But anyways, that's enough for my Yap Fest. I actually do love you guys, and I appreciate you guys if you join the Discord community. We're growing faster over on Discord, so if you guys want to be connected, make sure you guys join me over on Discord. I love you guys. Stay blessed, stay encouraged. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, guys. I love you guys. Peace.